Welcome to Banana Ann's True Crime Talks 12 Days of Crimeas. For most of us, Christmas is a time of love, joy, and laughter. But for minority, this season has been shattered into something more suited for Halloween. My 12 Days of Crimeas will look at cases on or around Christmas that have left an everlasting darkness on what should be the most wonderful time of the year. Day 2. Couple stab man in face, bash in his skull, and set a light to him on Christmas Day in Kill Bill plot. The murder of William Bill Stevenson on Christmas morning 2013. Intermittent roommates Danielle Kerr and William Stephen had an argument. Although never confirmed, this argument was most likely due to Danielle's ice addiction. Please Google what ice is otherwise called. Danielle then decided during the argument she was going to permanently end her friendship with Bill and turned to fellow ice addict Darren Lewis. The pair, primarily Danielle, plotted how she would murder the man who showed her nothing but kindness by inviting her into his home. Darren would later go on to say that during the planning of the murder, Danielle was laughing and joking about the movie Kill Bill, referencing Bill's nickname. He had also would go on to state that she wanted to know what it would be like to murder, and was almost gleeful in the approach, as Danielle was known to be obsessed with skulls and bones, and at one point during her trial, her ex-roommate had said how she wanted to dig up a skull as some sort of trophy. Within a few hours of planning, Darren, Danielle and Bill loaded into Bill's car and started driving to Bendigo. But at some point, they would stop in the bushlands for some unknown reason. Danielle, who described herself as being off her head when high, used a rock to hit Bill over the head before stabbing him in the neck, face and chest with a hunting knife. Now, at some point during this, just after this, Bill had actually managed to escape the death trap that would soon be his car. However, due to his injuries, it was probably quite a difficult run from this, as much as the adrenaline would have been pumping through him significantly. The pair, Danielle and Darren, chased after Bill and would subsequently beat him with a tree branch. When Bill had succumbed to his injuries, they placed Bill in the boot of his car and drove to Wellsford Forest, where they would douse him in fuel, set him alight, and eventually him and his car would be a shell of what they once were. Picture for reference. Allegedly, pitchforks were used to disperse the burnt remains, and again allegedly, Danielle said that she wanted to have sex with Darren beside William's dead body. A missing person report was filed by his boss on the 29th of December after he had failed to return to his job on the 27th after a brief break over the Christmas period. Bill and his car was found on January the 1st, 2014 by police officers, and divers would find the knife inside Lake Wiruna. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Danielle and Darren were arrested pretty much immediately. And unsurprisingly, they denied any involvement. It was then a case of he said, she said, as both wanted to pin the blame on each other. Danielle claimed that she was powerless to stop him and had actually denied any involvement in the murder. Eventually, however, a jury of her peers saw through Danielle's lies, and Danielle was sentenced to 21 years with parole after 16 and a half years. Darren was sentenced to 10 years for his involvement. Kind-hearted man who was seen as a nice person for all lost his life because of an argument with an ice addict. Another sad, senseless death by something so menial, in a way. And if that's not a reason to not do drugs, then I have no idea what is. Rest in peace, William Bill Stevenson. And my thoughts and condolences to his friends, family, and anyone who was affected by this case. I'm sure you can all agree that was another horrific murder that happened at Christmas time. Well, exactly on Christmas Day. The pair definitely got what they deserved by getting locked up. Maybe they should have got longer. Who knows? Thank you for getting this far in the video. Please do drop a follow if you want to see day 3. And if you desire, drop a nice wee like and comment. I will see you all tomorrow for day 3 of Banana Ann's True Crime Talks 12 Days of Crimeas.